We'll get going here in about, I don't know, 20 minutes, 25. We might start a little bit early because I want to wind down the weekend. There is if you're on the YouTube page on the right, there's a join chat thing. So if you want to be able to ask questions, you can sign in and it'll let you join chat. This is the first time I'm doing it through a live YouTube stream because I was having issues lately with streaming quality. It was getting out of sync. There'll be a slight delay since I'm doing YouTube. So if you ask a question, just give me a minute to answer it because it won't pop up right away for me. But this makes it easier for me to record too, since it's all just built into one. This will probably only last about 30 minutes, by the way. It's just some collimation, whatever. It's just a bunch of shit people have asked me to go over. Let's see what this looks like over on the YouTubes. Where's the ask question thingy? I'm going to bring up the YouTube page right now because I'm having a few people ask where the hell do you sign in. So let me go to the stream. La la la. And this should bring up a weird, funky looking window. Right here it says. Okay, so sign into chats right here. So if you're looking at the page, it should be right here on sign into chat. That should get you so if you can't ask questions, you can ask questions. So again, it's right here. Let's see, how does this shit work? Anyway, it's right there. I have no idea what I'm doing with this thing. This is what the hell is it called? Spartan. It's the new browser that's replacing Internet Explorer. So I was gonna play with it today. We'll give it 10 more minutes. Might as well. 37, 47, 13 minutes. We'll start 10 minutes early because, sorry. If I start coughing like a huge fit, I'm sorry. My allergies are gone, but I have like a dry cough. Again, if you're there, you can sign into chat right here to ask questions and crap like that. Sorry. Yeah, I like this a little bit better than how I was doing it because it automatically records it for me, and this will do away with the syncing issues I've been plagued with. I went out and bought a new computer, and I'm still having I was still having issues. The weather is going to be almost 90 degrees today. But I'm going to take my daughter. The park behind my house has like a giant fountain thing you can run through. So I'm going to take my daughter there and I might just go run through it too. It looks like it has about a minute delay on it. That's about the only thing I don't like about this. Again, this is just like the normal ones, guys. If you have questions while I'm going over things, ask during the webinar. If you don't ask, there's really no point in doing these. I'm not going to be showing charts today, so if you're here to see some funky systems or something like that, you won't be getting any of that. All we're going to be going over is some of the most common mistakes I've seen over the last 3 years on. You get errors. What kind of errors do you get? Let me see how long it takes for that to catch up. This is my first time doing it through a YouTube stream, so if we have issues, I have another way I can do it, not using YouTube's native software. I can use my own that I use to stream gaming. Hell, I might even just use Twitch next time to stream because I know my Twitch channel works great. I don't know if Twitch would let me do a non-gaming related stream. They might boot me. So it looks like we're getting about a minute delay because I could see the screen move off. So if you ask a question, give me about a minute, maybe 60, 70 seconds to reply. But you can ask questions anytime during this. Show us your trading history. If you want to see it, hit me up after this. I'm not really here to show my trading or anything like that. I'm here to, this is just basically an educational webinar. It's weird. I get the little window into forever. Okay, so we got 5 minutes. We'll get going. Huh. So I can do it in Google Hangouts, but then it limits the number of people that can come in, and I prefer the YouTube one. Maybe next time I'll try it through Google Hangouts. I'm just fed up with the syncing issues I've been having. Hey, TriPack, if you get a chance, can you do a screenshot and just send it to me? That way I can see what the error is and I can look it up and see if it's something I can work with. Is anyone on a tablet by chance? Like an iPad or an Android tablet? All this crap will get deleted out of the video, so. Who do you get to code indicators for you? Wise, W-I-S-E. They're a US based company is the majority. I use them majority. They're a little bit expensive, but when you use MQL5 or Freelancer, and no offense, but I keep getting people who don't speak freaking English, and I want to be able to talk to the person who's doing the coding for me, and I want them to understand what I want. Plus, I want someone who's just not there as a coder. I want someone who is a trader and a coder. But if you Google Wise MT4 coding, something like that, they'll probably pop up. The girl that does it's very, very good. It's her and another gentleman. It's only a 2-person company. But they give you a nice, I guess you could say, warranty. So if something goes wrong or you notice an issue with the indicator a month later, they'll still help you out. Okay, thank you, Try. Can someone become a full-time BO trader? You can. It's just very difficult. I wouldn't say it's difficult as in it's the base. What I go over today, I'll explain why it's difficult. Me personally, I'm about 60-40 between binary options and spot trading. So I recommend, especially if you're in the United States, relying just on binary options, it would be freaking suicide for you. Because God knows one day they get pissed off and they say, no, you can't do it at all. And binary options is a great way to learn the basics and the fundamentals that you need to get into spot and forex trading, though. And plus, it can teach you the money management skills you're going to need. I'm going to cover it. I mean, honestly, average cost of what? Oh, for the indicators, depends on the project. I've had some come out at 50 and some come out at 300. Again, though, I like the fact that they stand behind their work, and if I have a problem 2 months later, they will say, okay, we'll fix it. Because a lot of times I'll do the indicator and I don't notice a problem with it for 30 or 45 days down the line. And it's nice to be able to go back to the same person over and over and over, and they already know the project. Okay, all I have to do is tell them, this isn't working. Okay, we got about 2 minutes. We'll get going. Again, if you have questions, feel free to ask them in the middle of the webinar. I'll pause, answer questions. I'm going to move the chat over to the other window. And if I cough, sorry, I'm dying. So. Okay, we'll go ahead and get going. If you haven't been here before, my name is Brian McAfee. I trade binary options, Forex, binary on 5-minute, Forex off the 1 hour chart, predominantly itchy with a little bit of other crap in it. Binary options is 5-minute shorter time frame trades. I'm going to go over because I've been doing binary options and Forex for, God, it's been 3 years and something. And then Forex I've been doing for about 15 months. I'm going to go over some of the issues I had at the beginning of once basically what it comes down to. And again, please don't be offended on this because a lot of what I'm going to say is just going to be point blank. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, and I'm going to just put it like it is, because if someone would have been nice and rude to me at the beginning, it probably would have saved me a lot of time and money. The original problem I had is I was hitting 62 to 68% my first 6 months of trading, and I wasn't making any money. And it was because I was a dumbass. I had no money management skills. I had no rules for how I was trading. I had nothing. All I knew is that I could trade and I could get over 60%. So what it comes down to is if you're hitting 60%, and actually in some cases you can go lower than 60% depending on your broker. If you're hitting 60% and you're not breaking even or not making money, then you are a dumbass. It's your problem, it's your fault, and it's 100% you why you're not making money. Now, if you're not hitting 60%, then that means that you shouldn't even be worrying about it yet. Just work on your consistency and getting up to that 60% point. But once you hit 60% and you're not making money, basically your account isn't growing, I'd say on a weekly basis, that's 100% you. If you can maintain a 60% or higher ITM for a weekly basis, it's your damn fault. There's no excuses, no fingers to point. There's nothing. You're a dumbass. It's your fault why you're not making money or at least breaking even. I'm going to get into numbers and everything and show you why it's your fault in a little bit. But so basically what it comes down to, trading itself, and some people are going to disagree with me, trading itself, the physical form of identifying a trade, is easier than the actual making money portion of it. You're going to be your own worst enemy. Some of the most common things we can get into are emotions, lying to yourself about trades, poor money management, lack of metrics. Metrics, I'll get into the end and explain that. I can go on forever. I did ask a lot of people what theirs were. And most likely, if you're here, you're probably going to see one of these reasons might pertain to you. But from the time you start trading to the time you go live, I definitely recommend demo. When you go live, I don't recommend, everyone I see, they go live, oh my God, I did great on demo. I was hitting 65, 70%. They go from demo to real money and they tank their account in like a week. As soon as you decide this is something for you, and as soon as even before your consistency is hit, you need to practice proper money management. The first one, and this is the biggest one I see, is developing bad habits during demo. Let me try this shit, see if it works, maybe it'll work. The not using proper money management, that needs to be ingrained in your head so that when you do get upset, We're going to try and use this for webinars. This one's just a test, Normans. But in the even in your demos phase, you need to basically have everything put in line and in a row so that it starts getting ingrained to your head. Reason being is your emotions are going to come involved while you're trading, and you need to, if you can't control your emotions, if you've been doing the repetitiveness of doing everything right, it may help you out, and again, it might not. You might still go ape shit, blow your account because you're pissed off. Greed. And these are all actual examples from real traders that I've gathered. Another one people say is they look at it as gambling. Binary options trading is not gambling. It's about hitting. Once you're consistent, it's about using proper money management and following rules so that you can make money. Whether you're making it quickly or slow doesn't matter. It's all about not losing it, protecting your account, protecting your capital. Not paying attention to calendar, that's a variable one, but I threw it in there because I want to put a lot of different ones in there. Trading binary options during news, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree too, Try. I'm sorry, y'all can't see what he's, well, you can see in the room, but if anyone watching the video later on, you won't be able to see chat, I don't think, but we'll find out. First time doing this. Again, if you're trading binary options on news, personally, I would say you're kind of stupid. Reason being is sometimes news, it'll hit and it shoots straight up and it never comes back down. But you have those days when you're trading news and it whiplashes. It'll jump up 30 pips. You're like, hell yeah, I got me a good trade. And then it drops 50 pips in 30 seconds. And then all of a sudden you're screwed. If you're going to be a full-time trader, avoid situations that put you in gambling mode. Trading news is gambling mode. Maybe even on Forex, you have the ability to get out of the trade when your target is hit, or even when you make a little bit of money. In binary options, you do not have that ability. You are deadlocked into a trade. So if you're trading something that can be random news, don't. That's just stupid. Here's a big one that I see all the time. Mine is I can't accept ending a day in the red, so I overtrade. I see that a lot, and what that comes into is people get pissed off, overtrade, they go into the red, and instead of having a day where they lost a few dollars, they blow their damn account, or they end up with half their account gone. Learn to control your emotions. We're going to go into a little bit later on that, on how to help control those emotions, but for the most part, everything on here is going to be either learning to control your emotions or learning to think logically, I guess. Not following the rules. We're going to get into rules in a little bit, but you need to have rules for when you're trading, whether it's how many trades you'll lose, how many trades you'll win. You need rules. So if you don't follow your rules and expect a different outcome, and this falls into metrics, which I'm going to cover too. What they say, there's something about the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Not following your rules and expecting a different result is insanity. You need to be able to judge how you're trading and know when to stop, when to start, when you're having a good day, when you're having a bad day, and not let your emotions get involved in it. This is a big one I see, is placing more than one bet or trade on a pair, martingaling, if you want to call it that. Or let's say you get in and this is just going to be in a simple example. You're going for a trade and you want a reversal. Price hits 100, 2 minutes left in the candle, price shoots up to 120. So you enter the trade again, and then price shoots up the next candle and you lose 2 trades. Once you've committed to a trade, stick to the trade. There's no point in blasting off 5 trades onto one candle. A lot of people do that, but the drawback that is, if when you lose, you're going to lose 5 trades in a row. And when we get into the numbers, you're going to see it's just stupid. It's a suicide on your account. This is the big one that I think, and it's the biggest one I preach. If you're trading every day and you're using a technical trading system, one technical trading system, let's not get into using several. If you're using one technical trading system and you're trading every day, you're probably doing it wrong. You're probably screwing up. There is no technical trading system out there that I've seen in the binary options world that will adapt to market conditions. So if you're trading one system every day, you're probably doing it wrong. There are going to be days you don't trade. What this comes down to, and what this person said, is having the whole day in front of the PC, he gets the feeling that he has to do something. He has to trade, and it makes him do bullshit trades. That's when you're not protecting your money. You're making a stupid decision. If the market's not doing what you want, don't force a trade thinking that the market's just going to agree with you when there's God knows how many other millions of people trading. If the market's not agreeing with how you're trading, don't trade. Just because you're in front of the computer doesn't mean you have to trade. Today, am I trading? No, I'm not touching shit. When this webinar is done, I'm taking my daughter to the park. It's major holidays in Euro, NFP today. So I'm not touching the markets. Even if the markets are ranging, I know just from history with major banks closed in Europe and an NFP. I don't do good on days like this. Impatience is a big one that kind of falls into the one above it, but I was trying to throw in examples of what people said. You get impatient, you don't wait for proper setups, you don't follow your rules, you just trade to place a trade to pass the time, I guess you could say. Discipline. Discipline covers more than just waiting for the trade to set up and not jumping in too early. Discipline means using proper money management, knowing when to trade, when not to trade. It's just basically covers everything. You have to be disciplined to become a successful trader. If you're going to let your emotions tell you what to do, if you're going to let other people tell you what to do, if you're going to, I mean, I could go on and on about it. You need to be disciplined, and you need to be able to start recognizing when your emotions are getting involved with your trading. The last one I have on here is the fear of missing a good trade, thinking I have to take this trade, there's never going to be another setup. And again, it comes down to patience. If you can see from these comments, the biggest one we see is people get impatient, force trades. Let me finish up this and I'll answer Try's question. So basically what it comes down to is patience and discipline. As for Try's question, he asked, do you recommend using various systems according to each market conditions or stick to one system? I used, and I don't want to get commercial or anything, let's say my main way of trading, I stuck to that for 2 years before I attempted to dump into the Forex market and using Itchy to trade trends. So I stuck to my system for 2 years. I got it to the point where if I get an alert and I can look at a chart that I could make a decision in 10 to 15 seconds, and I also got it to the point where my consistency was steadily above 65%. I don't think being a jack of, well, in my opinion, being a jack of all trades or being a jack of two systems is useless. Focus on one thing so that you know first when you're using that system, when not to use it. Once you can have days where you're steadily saying, you know what, good day to trade, and you can nail it, you hit your consistency mark of whether it's 60, 65, 70%, then you can take a look at maybe jumping over to a second system, because now you know when to not trade with this system. So then you need to look at something that can complement that system so you can trade a different market condition. Now, between me and the way I trade and Itchy, there's some days I still get no trade days because there'll be days where my main system fails and Itchy, the market just isn't trending enough. So I'll get that middle ground between my system and Itchy and I'll pass. That's a day I go to the park. I'll go take a jog. I go rollerblade, to be honest. So yes, having more than one system to rely on is good, but I would honestly say don't push it past maybe 1 or 2 systems, maybe 3 at the most. Personally, I'd say stick with 2 and then take those days off to get a freaking break. Sitting in front of the, for me right now, I can only do 2 hours in front of the screen. From 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock U.S. Central Standard Time is my hardcore trading time. In my room, I ignore people. I ignore people in the room and I focus on charts for 2 hours. Let's see, what's next? So we went through the examples. So some of the things you can do to help with all of the above. And I've gone over these in several separate videos, and I'll try and combine, once this is done, links to everything that I'm covering. 1, have a trading journal. 2, a money management spreadsheet. And 3, set up rules and sticking to them. If you're in a chat room, say over on Binary Options Edge, Binary Options Net, Skype, God knows what, just throwing winning trades up and not showing you're losing trades, basically impressing a room, it doesn't make you money. Don't get a false sense of confidence because you're going into a chat room and you're just tossing up trades looking like you're doing great. It's going to give you a false sense of confidence, for 1, and 2, it's not really good practice. If you can't get yourself unchecked, basically, if you can't get some of these things and start using good practices, then I would definitely say reconsider your choice of being a trader. You're gonna fail. If you cannot get your emotions in check, apply some discipline and get a set of metrics. And again, I'm keep using the word metrics, but I'm gonna get to that at the end. If you can't basically take the emotion out of it and judge your performance, you're not gonna do well. Other people might have different opinions. This is just mine and it's what I've been seeing for teaching for the last 3 years and dealing with people over the last 3 years. I put on there is hope, though. So some of the things you can do to get help is, and we're on the internet, these guys, you have tons of people you can talk to. You can have a trading buddy. Partner up with someone who's using a system similar or the same as you. If you're trading price action, get a trading buddy that uses price action. If you're doing, I've seen tons of systems on different websites. Find someone who's using the same system. You partner up. If you're in a Skype room, a chat room, compare trades, talk about trades. One of the things, if you're married or you have a significant other, because they're already probably pissed off at you for sitting in front of the computer for hours on a time, they don't know how you have to trade. Get them involved in your money management and your rules. So when you're done for the day trading, you can show them here. And it doesn't matter if they understand the trades, but a spouse, I can tell you, I have seen a spouse turn a good statistic trader, meaning that their ITM percentage is good, but their money management rules sucked. Over the last 3 years, I've seen 5 or 6 cases where I've seen a wife put a foot up a husband's ass where he was getting a good ITM, but he couldn't do money management. The wife turned him around as a trader. She set his ass straight. Let's put it that way. So don't be afraid to ask someone else for help. If you cannot get your emotions under control, if you can't get your urges under control, ask somebody for help. When you do post a trade, all I ever see is, a lot of times I see in rooms, people post up their results. Who gives a shit about your results, to be honest? If you're going to show results, show your trade and show your money management that went along with it. And at the end of the day, post up everything. Don't be ashamed if you're one of those people that you just went live and you're doing dollar trades. We're all there. And most people are going to, you'll be surprised, more people than you think are doing $1, $2, $5 trades, or they're doing their bare minimum broker trades. I've seen the culture now is just to post up your results. If people start posting up their trades, their money management, and the results, I think you'll get a lot more feedback because people are going to empathize with you because they're in the same damn bucket as you. Most people are in the same damn bucket as you. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Like I said, in the rooms that I do see people actually posting up results, trades, and money management. For one, when you take a trade and you got the urge to go stupid on let's say do 10% on a trade because you think it's good, you knowing at the end of the day you're going to have to show that trade, it's going to help you get your urges, you're under control. So I highly recommend get a trading buddy or in a Skype room, chat room, or whatever you're within. Post it all up. Be transparent with what you're doing so that other people can criticize you. Don't be afraid to take criticism. It will help you. Even if they're rude, take it with it as a grain of salt. Okay, so let's talk about a few things that I mentioned in here. Getting help. The first thing I said was a trading journal. A trading journal is pretty much something simple. Mark your trades and save them. MT4 allows you to mark your trades, and then all you have to do is right-click on the chart, do save as picture, and it'll give you a link. What do you do with that link? I'm going to show you a quick trading journal, and we'll see how I use it. So this isn't my trading journal. This is this is a student's trading journal. You can see it's nothing fancy. Oops, sorry, I clicked the wrong button. Okay, so this isn't anything fancy. All it is it's time, ITM, OTM, reason for the trade. And if we look, it has a link. You click on it. Here's the trade. So here was his trade. And he lost. Whoop-de-doo, he lost. So, but he can go back and look at it. Now, a lot of people will review their trades at the end of the day. One of the things that I would recommend, okay, before I move on, there is a video. Yeah, you see way too, Try said it. You see way too many winning trades. If everyone who is posting winning trades was doing as well as they are, they wouldn't be hanging out in chat and they would be freaking rich. Don't be afraid to show your losing trades. It will help. You'll get the feedback, criticism, whatever you want to call it, to help you improve as a trader. If you're going to be hard-headed and just post up winning trades, you're never going to get to see what really pertains to you. Okay, so this is the trading journal. I did a video on it, how to do a trading journal. I will post it when we're done, so how you can create your own trading journal. The one thing that is missing from this one is money management. I would add in a column for money management. Let's close this and go back to our little presentation. Okay, now I've seen two different views. Give me a second, I almost unplugged my mic. Okay, so I've seen two different views on this. I review my trades on a Friday. Reason being is I like to, if I review them at the end of the day, and Yeah, this is going to be recorded. Okay, so I don't review my trades on a daily basis. I do stick to my rules on losses and stop. And I will sometimes go back and review them. Typically, here's my Fridays. My Fridays, I get up at around 4:30 a.m. I trade the end of London up until about 9 o'clock US. At 9 o'clock US, I stop trading on a Friday. What I do then is I go back and review my trades for the week. Reason being, I wait till the end of the week is by then my emotions are 100% and totally removed from that trade. Hell, half the times I won't even remember a trade I took on Monday, but I'll look at the chart. And one of the things that will happen is I will be like, what in the hell was I thinking? Why did I take that trade? So I recommend reviewing at the end of the week. You can take a quick review at the beginning of the week or each day, because if you lose 3 in a row, I'd say stop. Look, was it your system that's failed? Is it the market that's failing you? Or are you just making stupid decisions? Hell, even if you lose one trade, is it the market that failed? Was it you that failed? Or whatever it was. Just make sure and do it. I mentioned this again. If you're in a room or group trading the same ways, share your trading journal with them. Let them critique you. If people are trading the same way, and I know damn well on Skype, there is one, two, I can count 4 or 5 rooms with people trading the exact same way. So don't just trade your winning trade. Show your trading journal. Your trading journal can sum it all up in one. It's going to have ITM, OTM, it'll have money management on it, and it has a picture of your trade so other people can take a look at it. And by showing your losing trades, it's not only going to help you, it's going to help the room, because people will learn from your losing trades. You'll get feedback on your losing trades, and it's going to speed up your learning process. So don't be afraid to share the losing trades, the bad trades, and don't share just 1 or 2 trades. Share your entire week for people to review. You'll be surprised how many people are interested in seeing your good, your bad, and what you'll get out of it. Like I did mention on that journal, add in money management. And the last thing I put on there in the journal is share it and learn to take criticism. Even if it's good or bad, you're going to get people saying good things and bad things all the time, but learn to take criticism. It will help. It'll speed up your learning process. The next thing we're going to talk about money management. It's your Bible when trading. This is money management was my. Oh, I have 2 weaknesses and I know them, and that's why I review every Friday. I like to take pretty trades, and when I say pretty, it doesn't meet my rules, but it looks pretty on the chart. That's my biggest weakness. And that's why I do my review every Friday, because I like to see if I took any pretty trades and keep myself in check from doing that. Okay, so money management, it is your Bible when trading. If you don't have good money management, you're never going to make money. Most people in this room, I bet, are stuck in that freaking I deposited $200 and 3 weeks later, you're at 210 or 180. You haven't made progress forward or backwards. You're just stuck. And again, if you're at 60% and you are stuck, then you're a dumbass. It's your fault. You need to look at your money management and identify what you're doing wrong. When we talk about money management, we're going to go over first so you can see what I'm talking about. Here is a spreadsheet. Now, some of you are going to be like, but those payouts are kind of high. Okay, so 70% payout. You need about your cutoff is 59% ITM ratio. At 59%, you're going to be you'll be using, okay, let me explain, I guess, how this works. This is going to be based off of 100 trades in 1 month. I'm going to show 70% payout, 75, and 80. And yes, 80 is available if you bump up your time frame a little bit. I'm going to show 100 trades, $10 trades. The first one's going to be 70% payout. Now, where you're typically going to see the 70% payout is as a US trader, if you're using Markets World, that's where you're stuck, because I haven't found a reliable broker other than them for a US trader. Can y'all read the numbers as I'm talking before I get to it? If not, I can zoom in a little bit, I think. Let me make it bigger. Here we go. This will make it bigger. Okay, so typically here, this is your US trading level. I don't know a lot of people in the US using brokers other than Markets World, because I keep seeing them running into issues. If you know of one, let me know, because I would love to find one above 70%, because you can see what getting above 70% does. So 70% broker payout. If your broker is below 70%, run. Go get another freaking broker. That's pointless then, because you're going to be locked into having to hit higher than 60%. At 70%, your lose money rate is 58%. Now, this is going to be on a static $10 a trade across the board. We're not going to talk about compounding yet. 59% is your cutoff where you'll start making money. So if you're hitting 59% using a 70% or higher broker and you're not making money, let's go back to it again. You're a dumbass. It's your fault you're not making money. 75% out. Now, some of the non-US people or maybe someone else, you can get short-term trades, 5 minutes down to 60 seconds. They pay about 75%. I don't mean to drop a broker name, but like IQ Options is a good example. They have a shit ton of pairs that are 72 up to 78%. When you're trading, pick and choose those pairs. If you have a pair you like, if let's say Euro USD is your favorite, but it's only paying 68%, fuck that. Pick a pair that isn't an exotic, but try and pick a minor or a major that has a good payout ratio. It is a huge difference. By getting a 75% payout, we're able to drop down to 58% on ITM. You can be right 58% of the time. And look at the money difference here. A 70% payout, if you get hit 60%, it's $420 a month. So you get, what, a $20 profit? A $50 profit at 75 and an $80 profit. And this is based off of $110 trades. Okay, so 75%, you can see our cutoff is 58%. The next thing, we have 80% payout. 80% payout, if you want to see it, go over to, and I don't want to toss a broker name out, but I can show it this way, and it's one of the brokers I don't mind saying, and I'm not an affiliate or anything, I'm just saying it so you can look at it. IQ Options has a free demo, and if you do trades of 10 minutes or longer, they bump you into the 80 to 85%. So then you can actually drop down to about a 56% ITM ratio. So just because you're on, and I guess this is going to come down to, if you're doing 60-second trades, you're going to limit yourself probably down into this area here. If you can take the time and learn to take a little bit longer trades, you can bump up into a higher payout, which gives you more flexibility on your ITM ratio. So hopefully that sums up, just to give you an idea of why, if you're hitting 60% and not making money, you're a dumbass. That's why. Now, this is just static payouts or static $10 trades on a, we can talk about compounding. Again, I'll post this up too. If you want to go into building the account a little bit faster, but safely, what I highly recommend is using compounding, but using compounding that makes freaking sense. When I say compounding, I'm not talking about getting stupid with your money management. Here's a 1%, 3%, and 5% chart. All you do is after every trade, if I do, so along the lines, I have a $500 balance. If I take I have $500, so my 5%, which is my max ever, is going to be a $25 trade, 3% is 15, and 1% is $5. You win the trade, and let's say we did $10 like I did on that spreadsheet, so our new balance is $510. You update it and immediately use these numbers. Why? You had a win, your balance went up a little bit, so your trade size should go up a little bit. We have a loss. Let's say we take 2 losses in a row. We're down to 490. Our trade size goes down. One, this is going to, when you're on a streak, it's going to help build your account faster. When you're on a losing streak, it's going to help the drawdown kick in slower. So you're extending the life of your account. Hopefully that makes sense for everyone. You win, goes up. You lose, goes down. It basically, it's going to protect your account. I'm not going to get too much more into it. It should hopefully make sense to y'all on that. Again, I will post this little spreadsheet for you so you can have it. Money management, like I mentioned, it's your Bible when you're trading. You need to stick to it. Don't deviate from it. I don't care. Where are we? Money management rules. Okay, for rules, I'm not going to go into it too much. You need to develop your own rules on how you want to trade. Whether those rules include 3 losses, stop, 8 wins, stop. In my opinion, I don't stop trading until I hit my loss limit or I get bored. I have a 2-hour window that I trade in. That's one of my rules. I trade 2 hours, hardcore, staring at charts, not bullshitting, do it. If I get 15 trades out of that 2 hours or I get 7 trades out of that 2 hours, it doesn't matter to me. All I'm concerned about is my loss. I have to stop when I hit a certain number. Other than that, I don't think you can overtrade if you're doing good. There's going to be days where you are just going to be killing it. So why would you stop on a day when you're killing it? I mean, that makes no fucking sense at all. If you're doing good on a day, keep going. When you hit the loss, though, you can't say, holy shit, I hit a loss, I'm going to make that up and keep going. Set your rules, follow it. When you hit your loss limit, stop. I don't care if you're still up $700 or you're still at 90% and you've had so many trades at the 3 losses or 2 losses, whatever you want to set it at. You hit your rules, follow them, and stop. We talked about metrics. So metrics, I use about the 5 to 6 minute for expiration time. Okay, so we talked about metrics. By combining everything that I just showed you today, the journal, getting some rules, and money management, you should be able to have metrics on your performance. All the metrics is it's a non-emotional way to judge your performance. I do my metrics on a Friday. I go through my trades, I go through my performance, and I make sure I was following the rules. Write it down. It doesn't have to be fancy. All you have to do is you have to have a way to remove your emotions and be able to judge your performance on a weekly basis. If you want to do it on a daily basis, that's fine. But even me, I mean, I have good days and bad days, but my weekly is what I look at, and I don't need to be, but I try and be positive for the week. If you're not positive for the week, don't go out and kill yourself for something stupid. Yeah, you had a bad week. It will happen. But your bad week should be limited. Your drawdown should be limited by following the rules each day. If you're having a bad week, a complete bad week, that's when I highly recommend falling back on a friend, your Skype groups, your chats. Post up everything so people can look. If you had a bad week, either 1, you were taking some stupid trades, 2, the market was totally shitty and you should have recognized it, or 3, you're doing something wrong. If you can't see it and you don't understand you had a bad week, that's when it comes into. Use your websites, post it up on forums, and don't be a pussy about it. So you had a bad fucking week. Show it. You're not going to ever succeed unless you get help. Most of you are trading by yourselves at home. You're in a Skype group, and all you see is people posting up win after win after win. You're never going to learn from people winning. You need, grab your sack, man up, woman up, grab your tits, do whatever, and post up your losing trades. Be transparent. Show your money management, show your trades, and mark your charts so people can understand them. But other than that, I mean, guys, this is pretty much sums up what I was trying to get at. It's some of the things that held me up for damn near 6 months. I was hitting a good ITM percentage, and for 6 months, I wasn't making shit, which I hear a lot of people have the problem too. So, I mean, at least I feel good that it wasn't just me. Other than that, guys, if you have any questions, hit it up in chat. I'm on the forums all the time. You can have them. I'm going to post this. Well, the video is automatically going to be posted. I'll put a link in the video in about an hour with all the trading journal format, a video for that, because I have a video on how to do a trading journal, the trade size spreadsheet that I use. And if you need help coming up with a set of rules, I mean, feel free to contact me, and maybe I can help you out with getting a set of rules for trading. But really, I highly recommend, if you're having issues with emotions and things like that, find a trading buddy. Find a group that you're trading with that all uses the same method or similar methods so that you can show them. But if you really expect that to work, again, you need to be transparent and show everything. Show your money management, show your wins, show your losses, and show your trades. Don't expect by lying and showing just winning trades that you're going to ever improve. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the webinar. I am done for the day. Like I said, my daughter's not up yet, so I got some quiet time. I'll try and get everything put together on this with links to everything that I showed. Other than that, guys, have a good one. If you have questions, I'll stay in the room for about 10 minutes, but it's going to be quiet. It depends on your channel ranking, lots. Once your channel's in good standing, you can do live broadcasts. And you can schedule live broadcasts too. Anyone else has any other questions? Let me know. Got about 8 minutes left hanging out in the room. And I'll be editing this end part off in the beginning part when I was just bullshitting too. No problem. Oh, I do take requests. So if you have questions on certain things, you can always just hit me up and say, hey, could you do a video on blah, blah, blah. Just keep it related to trading, not porn nuts. I'm going to mute if I can find my screen, and I'll just watch chat. But I'm going to mute so that y'all don't hear me coughing and shit. I'm hyped because I got the freaking day off, man.